And yes, you're welcome back. And that's how the game ended in Lens, in France. And yet the second loss for the second English team in the in the Champions League, I meant to say. And Dixon, your reaction to the games. Let's start from Napoli all the way to United. We have some other interesting games that happened yesterday. Bayern Munich had to dig deep to beat FC Copenhagen in Denmark. And I loved the game between Sevilla and PSV Eindhoven. It was backed end-to-end stuff.
Ended up with 2-2.
2-2. Sevilla had to score twice. PSV came back twice to level up, and big ups to them on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, match day 2. People will say it's still early days. Anyway, you can still pick points from reverse fixtures. Maybe say Chelsea, Arsenal going
At the Emirates, yeah.
Rennes and all that. Maybe the first aim of the group stage is to qualify. Whether you have top or second, at least get into the round of 16.
Yes.
But like you said, you need to win away games because this can also bring down your confidence. You know,
Absolutely.
if you keep on winning, push your confidence up. But was not a really, really bad game for Arsenal, I must say.
It was, and I'll see why.
It was
yes, because and that was the comment I put on the group when everybody was reacting to the games yesterday. And this is, of course, me hyping the Prime Sports group on King's Chat. If you have not joined the Prime Sports group, I wonder what you're waiting for. There's the scan me code right there. Take out your smartphones, turn your camera on, and it'll add you straight into the group. Of course, prerequisite is you must have King's Chat already installed on your phone and have a King's Chat account. So once you do that, it will add you to the group. A whole lot more than what you see on the screen happens in the group. And this conversation that we're going to just jump into now here for those who are watching has started since last night when the games were played. Everybody just waited till the games ended and before everybody started talking. And my only comment yesterday was Arsenal lost more than just 3 points.
Yeah, they lost
their star striker, their star player, and they're going to play. They're playing City on Sunday. So the prayer is that whatever it is not a serious one, and he can be back. But I even think he needs to take a break. That's talking about Saka.
There was their last game. I just think that Arteta would have taken a little precaution and said, okay, let me put Saka on the bench and watch how this game turn up.
Absolutely.
First, not just starting. Okay, if you look at if he's getting to where we need Saka to come and perform the magic, maybe this is the same thing that happened last season where Saka was overworked, overplayed, too many minutes. Yes, he's your star player, but there's some games where you are leading 3-0, just rest him. Or games you feel that Arsenal can do without Saka. With all due respect to some clubs, I know that no clubs is a pushover, but there's some clubs that you think, okay, let me just rest Saka in this game. I think the other guys can get it done. But I just have a problem with Arteta. He seemed not to trust some certain players. You may mention Smith Rowe.
Yeah, yeah.
The minutes people have had on that, the minutes he has had under Arteta is so low that.
Smith was brilliant some seasons ago.
Yeah, and
he was one of their star players.
He's a quality player.
Yeah.
Now you have Gabriel Jesus, you have Nketiah, and you have Trossard. Why can't these people start? Trossard can take the Saka's position. Like Trossard, Trossard is very versatile. He can play every side of the attack, middle, left or right.
Yeah.
You have Jesus, you have Nketiah. Then I know Martinelli is injured for now, but what I'm saying is Saka didn't need to start this game. And because, like you rightly said, it's not just the 3 points that we have lost in France.
Yeah.
We've lost a key player.
A very key player.
And you know Arsenal, when they lose that key player, something happens. Last season it was Saliba. Now, is this going to derail Arsenal progress? Not just the Champions League. I'm not even talking about the Champions League, the Premier League now, because City has lost one game and Arsenal thinks I'm back in it. So the points are closer now. So I don't know. It's more than just 3 points, like you rightly said.
Yeah.
But the overall game, we saw the Australian full of running. They were there pace for this Arsenal team. Young guys that are very hungry and defended.
I was actually impressed with the Arsenal's team, and they put up an interesting performance.
Yes.
And it brings, I see similarities. When I watched, I didn't watch the two games because I was watching the Napoli Real Madrid game in and out of it. But I watched the highlights today back to back, the Arsenal highlights. Then I watched the Man U highlights first, and I saw similarities in the game between the way Galatasaray played Man U and the same way Arsenal played Arsenal. And I just thought to myself, I wonder what the greats of both teams will have said to themselves watching these games. Now, I'm talking about the greats of Manchester United and the greats of Arsenal, because they didn't do justice, especially Arsenal, they didn't do justice to their Champions League return. Somewhat inexperienced approach to the game. I know it's away, but I'll spare them because Saka got removed, and I'll say, okay, he was removed in 34th minute.
Yes.
So that's 60 minutes, about almost 60 minutes.
But when we
without
see
him.
Saka was removed in the game, yes, as much as I said he's a quality player and he's important to Arsenal, does it mean Arsenal can win games or play games without Saka?
They're kind of making that obvious now, because now City will be licking their lips and saying, oh, come this weekend. Anyways, I don't want to focus too much on Arsenal right now, because I think the Arsenal fans are already going through a lot with that thought. I want to settle on Manchester United, Onana and Ten Hag. What on earth is going on in Manchester United? This was a home game for them. For me, absolutely inexcusable. There's no excuse you can give me on this earth that I will listen to. Onana, you cost a red card as far as I'm concerned, because Casemiro would not have had to make that tackle if you did not force him to make that tackle with such a short pass that didn't get to him, was intercepted, and he had to now make something happen. Maybe he should have let the guy try. Who knows, he may have missed, but he did the tackle. But for me, not good enough for Manchester United. Rashford running all around the pitch, but after the assist, seemed that was it. After that first 15 minutes of intense pressure that Manchester United did, as soon as they equalized, they just suddenly became ordinary.
Well, this has been brewing since. We've seen it from the league. Now Manchester United have lost back-to-back home games. I don't know what's happening in the dressing room, but it needs to be fixed. That's all I need to say. It needs to be fixed, and soon. Because I don't know how patient the board will be with
all of a sudden,
Hag.
It feels like Ten Hag might leave before Poch. All of a sudden, it feels that way.
It feels that way. Before it was as if it was...
Poch was out of the door.
Yes. Now, the pressure...
Poch even has a reason. Poch has a reason. And for all those who are saying that Chelsea players don't have, Chelsea as a team don't have an excuse, this is not me defending Chelsea or anything. But in all fairness, after their last game that they won Fulham, now they have 12 players injured. 12 players injured. That's just ridiculous. And I feel sorry for them. More than 6 of them are your first team, original first team players out injured. So I can relate with that. I can also relate to the fact that they made a lot of swaps, player swaps, manager swaps during the summer. Ten Hag, for me, has no excuse. You just signed, their star boy who is scoring for them now, his name, Højlund or something like that, Rasmus. He's doing his...
He's a very good striker.
He's doing his beat. You saw his beat, but somebody described it as a construction where somebody is adding on top and somebody is taking under. So Onana and his guys at the back are undoing everything their strikers and attacking threat are doing in front.
I know a lot of people are talking about Onana. Every Manchester United loss is about you bring the Onana.
Dixon, they brought him because of leg work. See the red card and penalty that, even though missed, yes, but leg work that cost it.
Hold on, wait. The way you say they brought him for leg work.
But that's the rumor now.
Is it?
He was brought because he has better feet than De Gea.
Keeper will make mistakes, but it was a costly one. It cost them the red card and also...
They have just 1 point in the group. They're bottom of the table.
They have a point. No,
they lost the first game, right?
They lost the first game to Bayern Munich.
Oh, so they have 0 points.
So they have the bottom of the league. But we've seen teams that have lost their first 2 games.
Some have lost their first 3
and still came out to win. But so there's hope. What I'm saying is that, yes, but as the question is, has Onana had a good protection? Has the defenders protected him well enough? As the defensive midfielders protected him well enough? I don't think so. I think this is just the old team is not gelling.
It's
not an Onana issue. Yes,
I understand where you're coming from.
I get.
Say, have they protected him enough? We are talking of Manchester United right now. And I'll use an illustration, or I'll flash your mind back to the Super Falcons. There was a particular tournament we were in. I think it was not this last Nations Cup, the one before this. I think we actually won it. We won the previous Nations Cup before this one in Morocco, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the first game, it was the goalkeeper was no, it was the World Cup. It was the Women's World Cup, not this World Cup, the previous
It
World
was
Cup.
that Tochi.
Tochi Oluehe. She was imposed.
The defense was all over the place.
As soon as they brought
Anadozie.
Nadoze, what happened? She commanded. We've been at the pitch where a good goalkeeper, in the same way a captain who is a defender, you command your ranks. You tell them when they're out of position, and you put things in.
Onana doesn't have that.
He doesn't have that. Instead, he's doing choir master.
Because, you know why? Because he thinks he's a DM. Now, you look at
You
the
come
greats.
in, you
Look
join
at
this.
one of the greats, his ability, you know, to arrange and organize your defense. You know when A or B is overlapping, you know
Yeah.
when to call them back. That's why most keepers are talkers. They scream at you, they scream at the defense, they talk, they know where to position you. But all Onana, I just feel that all Onana says is, how can I get the ball and do long pass? And because, come to think of it, that's why they brought him. And it might take him time. But who knows?
Where would they be
when
at
it
that?
comes good,
He will
It
not
is very
become
good.
He will not be good in Man U again because Man U will have removed him or put somebody else to be their number one.
now everybody will be looking at the gear and thinking, maybe we just left the gear where
I
where
absolutely
it was.
thought so when
Because I've not seen any difference. I've not seen what Onana has brought to the table